the Kingbull Literider 2.0.
Hello everyone, welcome to Brian Unboxed. In this video, we're going to look at the Kingbull Literider 2.0 electric bike.
Here's a look at how the bike comes in when it's delivered. You can see all the foam and plastic protecting the bike. Assembly is required and the user guide walks you through the process. Inside it comes with a charger, user guide, tools, bungee cord, pedals, rear view mirrors, headlight, phone mount, and inflator.
So here's the bike fully assembled. Basically you just have to attach the front wheel, the front fender, install the light, and then you have to attach the handlebar stem along with the handlebar, install the pedals, install the seat, and you're good to go.
Going over some specs, this comes in 4 colors: purple, white, black, and green. It has an aluminum alloy frame, foldable frame design, upgraded 750 watt Bafang brushless hub motor with 85 Newton meters of torque, 720 watt hour 15 amp hour lithium ion battery, 60 mile range, 28 mile per hour top speed, 20 by 4 inch all-terrain fat tires, 5 pedal assist levels and a twist throttle, Shimano 7-speed, LCD display, hydraulic disc brakes, front and rear lights and fenders. It weighs in at 71 pounds and has a max load of 380 pounds. The differences from the previous version is that the 2.0 adds additional colors, more power, torque, and range. Some refinements in the design with better cable management in the front, different folding levers, rounded frame, and a different saddle.
I'll walk through around the bike. You can see that you have the folding lever for the handlebar stem. You have the front light, front fender, hydraulic disc brakes, and you also have the front suspensions. Towards the middle on the back, you have the charging port for the battery. You have the battery and then the battery keyhole on the other side. You have the kickstand, hydraulic disc brakes, rear rack. You also have the rear light. And then on the other side, you have the 750 watt motor. And then you also have the 7-speed cassette. In the middle, you have the folding lever for the frame. And then you have the battery keyhole right here. The handlebar area, you have the controls on the left side, brake levers, gear shifter, and then the twist throttle. And you also have the large LCD display. So powering up the bike, you have the controls on the left side here. Just hold down the power button. Again, you can see the bright LCD display. It's a color display. Pressing the plus button will increase the pedal assist. There's 5 levels, 1 through 5. And then pressing the minus button will decrease it. Pressing the power button again, you can toggle the odometer, the trip, the voltage, and the time. And then you also have the light control here, so pressing that will activate the front light. And you also have a rear light. This also has an electronic horn, and this is how it sounds. Now you can also access the advanced settings, the P settings. So if you hold down the plus and minus for a few seconds, you can see now it's on the P settings, and then the user manual will detail what each setting is. I'm not going to go through every setting, but it is in the user manual. And then finally, holding down the minus button for a few seconds will activate the walk assist feature. Looking at the handlebar area here, you can adjust the height. So basically you just want to pull the lever here, and then you're able to adjust the height of the handlebar to your desired liking. As far as folding the bike, you have the lever here right by the stem. So you just want to pull on the safety and then pull the lever down. And then you have the folding lever here for the frame, pull out on the safety, and then you're able to fold the bike. All right, so that's in the folded position, easy to transport or to store.
Now I'll show some footage of the bike in use. I'll test it out on rough terrain, show the different pedal assist levels, throttle, test the brakes, see how it does uphill, downhill, and then give my thoughts.
Now time for the rough terrain test. I'm going to take it down this trail. It's pretty bumpy and we have gravel on the side. The bike does have the front suspension forks with the lockout feature. Currently that lockout feature is off, so the suspension should go to work, and it also has a fat tire. All right, here we go, rough terrain test. Let's see how it does. All right, so far so good. It's handling it pretty well here. I can see the suspension's going to work onto the gravel. All right, handling it with ease. Now on to the speed test. The bike does have the 5 pedal assist levels and then the twist throttle. I'm gonna go see how fast each level goes. I'm gonna go 1 through 5, and then after that we'll just use a twist throttle. This is ready to go 20 miles per hour. I did look in the P settings, you can adjust it, but I wasn't able to increase it further than 20. It says it can go to 28, but let's see how it does. All right, here we go, pedal assist 1. All right, 9 miles per hour. Pedal assist 2. Definitely feel the pickup. 14. Pedal assist 3. 19. 4. Looks like we're topping off at 19. And 5. So with the pedal assist, it looks like it was topping off at about 19.5, 19.7. Now let's see what the twist throttle can do. All right, here we go, speed test. Very smooth acceleration there. You can feel the power. We're already up to 19. All right, we're topping off at about 19.4, 19.3. So about 19.4 or 19.5 now with the twist throttle.
Now I'll test out the brakes. I'll take it to max speed, and once I come into view, I'll hit the brakes and you can use the parking lines as reference.
Now on to the uphill test. I'm going to take it up this road. It has a nice gradual incline. We saw with the speed test we hit 19.5 miles per hour. So let's see if it can hold that speed if we lose speed. And then after that we'll do the downhill test. All right, here we go, uphill test. Okay, very smooth acceleration. We're up to 19.5 right now. So it looks like we're going to begin the climb at about 19.3 miles per hour. Motor is very quiet. You can feel the power. So like 19.3, we began the climb. It looks like it's holding about 19.1 to 19.3. So it's powering through here with no issues. So into the turn here, there's going to be a little bit of a downhill. I'm just going to let it glide. So with the uphill test, we began to climb about 19.3 miles per hour, and it pretty much maintained that, got to about 19.1, but powered to the incline. Now we'll do the downhill test. Let's see how it handles. And as always, I'll probably have to slow it down at the midpoint area. All right, here we go, downhill test. All right, we're up to 19. We're hitting 20 now. Just gonna let it glide. Very smooth. The bike feels very stable. The steering responsive. No vibrations, no rattles. Handles very well here. So we're holding about 19 miles per hour. Hitting about 22 as we're going down. Just gonna slow it down here.
Here are my thoughts on the bike. The assembly process was straightforward and the user manual walks you through the process, and I didn't run into any issues. The paint is a gloss finish and there were no imperfections during the shipping process. I like that it comes with the lights, rack, and fenders. The bike feels solid just like the previous version. The frame is foldable and you can fold and unfold in no time, easy to transport and to store. I like that the handlebars are adjustable in height, so it can accommodate various riders. The saddle is a newer design, but still has the same comfort. No issues during longer rides. The steering was responsive and stable, no rattles or vibrations. It handled the rough surfaces with no problems. The front suspensions along with the fat tires absorbed a lot of the bumps. The 750 watt motor with 85 Newton meters of torque was powerful. You can tell the difference in power from the previous version, and it's definitely a nice upgrade. It was able to handle the inclines with minimal speed loss and maintain about 19 miles per hour. With pedal assist, I reached 19.7 miles per hour, and the twist throttle, 19.5 miles per hour. This has an advertised max speed of 28 miles per hour and a range of up to 60 miles, but that will depend on throttle usage, pedal assist level, weight, and environment that you're in. As mentioned, the user manual says it's adjustable to 28 miles per hour, but I wasn't able to change it in the P settings. The hydraulic brakes was strong and had good grab. Nice to see at this price point. The LCD display is different from the first version. The 2.0 comes with a horizontal display. It's easy to read and intuitive, and it doesn't get washed out on sunny days. Overall, this new upgraded version is solid in my opinion. Plenty of power and stable. If you're looking for a folding e-bike, this is one to put on your list. It comes in a competitive price point. So that is my review of the Kingbull Literider 2.0 electric bike. If you like my video, go ahead and hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button as well. Until next time, this is Brian Unboxed. Take care everyone.